Hi guys and welcome back. Today we are checking out UK's military might being on another level. Yes. So let's jump right into it.
For centuries, the United Kingdom was a military superpower, shaping global history through war, conquest, and diplomacy. The British Empire was so vast that the sun never set on it, though these days UK's biggest global export seems to be reality TV and overpriced footballers. But while the empire is long gone, Britain's military remains one of the most advanced and well-trained forces in the world. With a powerful navy, cutting-edge air force, and a nuclear arsenal capable of leveling cities, the UK still holds a key position in global security. So, how strong is Britain's military today? What weapons and technology does it bring to the battlefield? And just how much of its defense budget is spent on making sure the army has decent equipment for once? Let's break it all down. Despite economic pressures, the UK still ranks among the top military spenders in the world. For 2024, the defense budget stands at a hefty $70.2 billion US, with plans to increase that to 2.5% of GDP by 2030. The UK is aggressively expanding its presence in modern battlefields beyond just land, sea, and air. Because in the future, wars won't just be fought with tanks and jets, but with hackers sitting in dark rooms, fueled by energy drinks and questionable life choices. However, while the UK is pushing into advanced tech, some soldiers might prefer if a bit more of that budget went toward making sure their gear actually works. Ask any British infantryman about their radio equipment, and you'll likely get a rant about how it has a signal worse than a pub's Wi-Fi on match day.
Wow. Serious?
The UK military may not be the biggest in numbers, but it prides itself on being highly trained and well-equipped.
Lad, are you dumb? Are you getting router, man?
Currently, it has around 150,000 active personnel, backed by 75,000 reservists, along with 37,000 civilian defense staff, who make sure the whole machine keeps running. It's not exactly the size of the old British Empire's forces, but then again, it's easier to manage when you're not trying to control half the planet. The military is divided into three main branches: the British Army, the Royal Navy, and the Royal Air Force. Then, of course, you have the UK's Special Forces, which include the legendary SAS and SBS. These are some of the most elite special forces in the world, trained to handle everything from hostage rescues to covert operations deep behind enemy lines. As for recruitment, let's just say the regional stereotypes hold strong. The Scots bring the aggression, fueled by generations of military tradition and quite possibly a deep-seated grudge against anyone south of Hadrian's Wall.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Okay. The Welsh, known for their rural roots, are great at operating in tough terrain, though you'll never hear the end of the sheep jokes if you mention it. And then there's Northern Ireland, where certain members of the population grew up very familiar with urban combat scenarios. And of course, we can't forget the English, who, thanks to the state of knife crime in the country, probably receive basic training before they even enlist. If there's ever a supply chain issue, at least the British Army can fall back on their real national weapon. The British Army, while not the largest, is one of the most experienced and technologically sophisticated in Europe. The Challenger 2, a tank known for its impressive armor and accuracy, is being modernized into the Challenger 3, with improved firepower and digital targeting systems. Britain currently operates 227 Challenger 2s, though once the upgrade is complete, only around 148 will be kept in service, because apparently Britain believes in quality over quantity, or just ran out of money again. In terms of infantry fighting vehicles, the Army still uses the Warrior IFV, a vehicle that's been in service since the 1980s and is finally being phased out in favor of the newer Boxer AFV, with over 1,000 on order. The artillery branch relies on the AS-90 self-propelled howitzer, which provides heavy fire support, while the M270 MLRS delivers devastating long-range rocket strikes. Helicopters play a major role as well, with Apache AH-64E attack helicopters forming the backbone of air support, alongside a fleet of Chinooks for heavy transport and Wildcats for reconnaissance. The British Army might not have the sheer numbers of other world powers, but it ensures that its troops are backed by some of the most powerful land-based weaponry available. Britain was once the world's dominant naval power, ruling the seas with a fleet that stretched across the globe. Today, while the Royal Navy is no longer the juggernaut of the old empire, it remains one of the most formidable naval forces in the world, with a modern fleet designed for power projection and rapid response. At the heart of the Navy are its two Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers, HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales. These are the largest warships in British history, capable of carrying 40-plus aircraft, including the F-35B Lightning II stealth fighter. With these carriers, the Royal Navy can deploy air power almost anywhere in the world, assuming, of course, the ships don't break down mid-mission, which has happened more than once. In terms of firepower, the Royal Navy operates 6 Type 45 destroyers, some of the most advanced air defense ships in the world. There's also the Type 23 frigates, soon to be replaced by the Type 26 and Type 31 frigates, ensuring that Britain's Navy stays ahead in maritime warfare. But the real muscle of the Royal Navy comes from its submarine fleet. The Astute-class attack submarines are among the most advanced in the world, capable of launching cruise missiles with pinpoint accuracy. Meanwhile, the Vanguard-class submarines are responsible for carrying the UK's Trident nuclear deterrent, ensuring that if Britain ever finds itself in a truly dire situation, it has the capability to turn an enemy's capital city into a radioactive wasteland. The Royal Air Force, or RAF, is one of the most technologically advanced air forces in the world, with a fleet of highly capable fighter jets, bombers, and transport aircraft. The Eurofighter Typhoon serves as the main fighter aircraft, with 137 in service, capable of engaging air and ground targets with deadly precision. Alongside it, the F-35B Lightning II, Britain's new stealth fighter, is slowly being integrated into full service, with 48 currently active and a total of 138 planned, assuming the government doesn't change its mind for the 10th time. For strategic operations, the RAF operates a fleet of heavy transport aircraft, including C-17 Globemasters and A-400M Atlas, ensuring that British forces can be deployed anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. The Voyager KC-2/KC-3 provides aerial refueling, extending the reach of Britain's fighter jets and bombers. One area where the RAF is investing heavily is in unmanned aerial systems, with new drone programs being developed to complement traditional air power. Because, let's face it, why risk a pilot when you can just send a flying robot instead? The UK possesses around 225 nuclear warheads, with about 120 actively deployed at any given time. These are delivered via Trident II D5 submarine-launched ballistic missiles, housed on the Vanguard-class submarines. The UK isn't just a military power, it's deeply tied into global alliances. As a key NATO member, it actually pays its 2% GDP defense bill, unlike some neighbors. It's also part of Five Eyes, sharing intelligence with the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Britain's closest military partner is the United States, with joint programs like the F-35 and the AUKUS Pact. And through the Commonwealth, it keeps close ties with nations like India and Australia. The empire may be gone, but the UK still knows how to play the global power game.
Yes. Beautiful, guys. I enjoy this one because, firstly, I love military documentaries. This is beautiful, and UK still stands up there when it comes to military power. And I'm impressed, yes, and I hope you are also. Well done to you guys. Well done for sticking to the end, and thank you to the guy who put all this one together. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I hope you did also. I see you at my next video. Bye.